We are on lesson 6 of chapter 3, which focuses now on multiplying fractions and mixed numbers. So we'll do fractions first, mixed numbers second, and then we'll do a word problem at the end. First, multiplying fractions. So it tells us to multiply, then write our answer in simplest form. We have negative 15 times 2 over 3. This negative 15 isn't a fraction yet. You can always just make that a fraction by putting a 1 underneath it. So now we can probably multiply this. When we multiply fractions, we multiply across. So the numerators get multiplied together, and the denominators get multiplied together. So in adding and subtracting, the denominators stay the same, but here we're going to see that the denominators will change. Okay, we have negative 30, and we have 1 times 3. So that'd be 3. So our new fraction then would be negative 30 over 3. These can both be divided by 3, so negative 30 divided by 3 would be negative 10. 3 divided by 3 would be 1. We have negative 10 over 1, which then anything over 1 could just be converted to a whole number, so negative 10 would be our answer. Here we have 1 over 4 times 4 over 5. So let's just multiply across. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20. So now let's simplify this. Both these numbers can be divided by 4. 4 divided by 4 would be 1. 20 divided by 4 would be 5. Make that a fraction, it'd be 1 over 5 for our answer. Now let's do these ones. We have 8 times 2 and 3/4. For these mixed numbers, it's really good to turn them into an improper fraction before we begin. So let's do a little bit of math here to do that. To do that, you have to multiply the whole number times the denominator, then add the numerator. That's the formula. So if we do 2 times 4, that'll give you 8, then plus 3 left over would be 11. And then you keep the denominator. So it would be 8 over 1. We're multiplying that times 2 times 4 is 8 plus 3 is 11. 11. And then denominator, keep that at 4. So 11 over 4 is the same thing as 2 and 3/4. So now we're going to multiply it this way, which is a lot easier. So 8 times 11 would be 88. 1 times 4 would be 4. So we have 88 over 4. So a fraction is an unfinished division problem. So we can do 88 divided by 4 and see what we get. That's 22. So 22 is our answer. Here we have two mixed numbers. So let's do that for both of these then. 3 times the denominator, which is 15. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 3 is 18. Keep the denominator at 5. And we're multiplying that times 1 and 1/2. So 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3. Keep the denominator, it would be 3 over 2. And we're multiplying this. So let's multiply across. 3 times 18, that would be 54. 5 times 2, that would be 10. This is not a simple clean division problem, so let's just simplify this. They can both be divided by 2, so it would be 27, and this would be 5. So 27 over 5. We're still not quite done. This is still an improper fraction. That's an unacceptable answer. We need to turn this back into a mixed number. To do that is you ask yourself, how many times does 5 go into 27? Well, I know 5 times 5 is 25, so that would go 5 times into 27. Then whatever's left over becomes your numerator. So 5 times 5 is 25. That's 2 away from 27, so we have 2 left over, and then 2 over 5. Keep that denominator. So our new answer then would be 5 and 2/5. So let's do a word problem then. So in 1954, the Sunshine Skyway Bridge toll for a car was $1.75. In 2007, the toll was 4/7 of the toll in 1954. So what was the toll in 2007? So it was $1.75, 1.75. Then we need to multiply that times our fraction here, 4 over 7, because it was 4/7 of that. So we do 4 over 7. 1.75 we could treat like a whole number by putting a 1 underneath it. So it would be 1.75 times 4 over 1 times 7. So it would be 1.75 times 4, which would be 7. And then it's 1 times 7 on the bottom, 7. So we have 7 over 7. 7 divided by 7 would just be 1. So the price nowadays is only $1 to go on that toll.